Welcome back, tribe. I have a sad one. State of society today. 77% now of young Americans are too fat, mentally ill, on drugs, and more to join military, the Pentagon says. A study revealed that 77% of young Americans do not qualify for military service without a waiver due to being overweight, drug use, mental or physical problems. When considering youth disqualified for one reason alone, the most prevalent disqualification rates are overweight, 11% of them. Drug and alcohol abuse is at 8%, and medical and physical health, 7%. The Pentagon's, and that's the 2020 study, by the way. And we're now into 2023, post-pandemic era where people gained a ton of weight. Society has shifted, the culture no longer the same. We've been ushered into a new era. Several key findings were noted in the summary of the report. For example, most ineligible youth, 44%, are disqualified for multiple reasons rather than only in one area. Of course, if you look at what like a distillation of the average person in the West looks like, this being the American military, the average American male or female, and they're most likely on some form of pills. They probably have high blood pressure, depression, high likelihood they're overweight. Physical activity, they probably haven't done any. Most schools don't even have PE class anymore from what I've been reading, or don't even engage in running a mile anymore. That's not required at school. These kids are born into an age where immediately they get a tablet in their hand, a phone in their hand with internet connectivity or a gaming console, and they're glued to their screens. And I'll never forget the picture I saw looking out my window where a kid is on a hoverboard, hovering down the street, just rolling with his face in a tablet, going to his friend's house just to go play video games or whatever they were doing, hanging out in the room doing nothing. He's not even walking to his friend's house, which is a few houses down. He's on a hoverboard rolling in the middle of the street with his face in a tablet watching a video, because simply rolling down the street isn't enough of a dopamine hit on your hoverboard. You also need to be distracted with a tablet playing God knows what video while you're going to your friend's house. That's how distracted these kids are. That's how short their attention spans are. Their minds are being destroyed before they have a chance to fully mature. And we have no idea what the consequences are. We're seeing idiocracy unfolding before our very eyes. We don't know the damage that social media has on a young person's brain. We know it's bad for you. Studies have shown the corporations, as much Facebook and all these companies, they know social media is basically poison for your mind. But we don't know the long-term effects of this. Like, we're entering a dark age here. If you've noticed, if you're looking over on the comment section on videos or just the content being covered, even in the red pill space, like talking about Earth is flat and all this crazy shit. I mean, pseudoscience reigns supreme today. On the women's side, we talk about this quite often on the channel. It's the whole astrology. If he's not a Gemini, we're not retrograde in Mercury, then this, that, and the other, we don't match. Like this, we're in the era now. We're in the like technological dark ages here. This is what's happening. We've made so much progress that it's causing us to regress our natural abilities to think and reason. We're seeing it most in our youth. NPC trend. Ice cream so good. Thank you. Blip, 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 blip. Ice cream so good. Like that's entertainment today. That's what people tune into. Imagine sitting on your bed. Imagine your child, because most of us watching this can't imagine this shit. But imagine you have a kid and they're 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. They're growing up. This is what their brains, their sponge-like brains that are absorbing information and forming neurons and pathways. And this is what's being drilled into their head. Ice cream so good. Blah, 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 blah. Can you imagine the detrimental effects this has like 10 years down the line, 20, 30, 40? How does this affect society? The social fabric, interpersonal dynamics, relationships, marriage, child rearing. Holy hell, we have no answers to most of these. And I guarantee you the answer is probably going to be bad. Among those ineligible for only one reason, being overweight was the highest. Of course, our food's poisoning us. Our entire food supply, no less, has been sold out to the corporations. And then the institutions that are meant to police this are basically revolving doors for said industry that they're meant to police. It's a complete joke. It says the largest increases in disqualification estimates observed between 2013 and 2020 were for mental health. Do you want to know what started at around 2013 and blew up by about 2020 and still going strong today? It's rainbow ideology. We've lost the identity of our nation. We don't know what it means to be an American. It's bad. That's all we're being told. What's a man? What's a woman? I could be a bird. I could be a flying spaghetti monster. I feel like I have 10 spirits in me. This is a surprise to absolutely nobody. We've been shouting from the rooftops about the, quote, slippery slope. Here it is. We're slipping, boys, faster and faster. We're for mental health and overweight conditions. Another key finding was that proportion of youth both eligible and not currently enrolled in college was only 12%. The concern over the shrinking pool of potential recruits has grown in recent years. Department Defense spokesman stated that the study confirmed the challenges of recruiting new military members, and the military went woke too. You guys remember that woke ad in the military about what that blonde girl having 2 moms? Come on, man. The military is meant to exert control of the nation by force. Nobody cares you had 2 moms. What kind of guns we got? Are we rappelling down helicopters? Are we doing high altitude jumps from fucking planes in the middle of the night? What's the latest gear people are using? I want to see rockets blowing up shit. I want to see our Navy in waters fucking blowing up boats and doing crazy shit. Bombs exploding everywhere. Some dude in a Humvee driving in the desert, smoking dust everywhere, and a guy on a 50 cal just like pumping bullets into targets. That's the commercials you need to have. That's what riles people up to join. I want to play with the latest toys, with the latest gadget, with the latest tech. I want to be inserted deep into enemy territory. The shit you used to see in Hollywood movies. Those were like the greatest recruitment ads ever. It was like the 70s, 80s, 90s action hero movies. Now we have Emma with 2 moms. I had a rough life in California. I wanted to be somebody. So I joined the military with my 2 moms. I was taught what it is to be a woman. What? Come on, man. We went from sexual tyrannosaurus to I have 2 moms. If it bleeds, we can kill it. He didn't call me my pronoun. Damn, dude, the stark contrast, huh? The department anticipates we will collectively miss our recruiting mission despite accessing more than 170,000 remarkable young men and women in the fiscal year that ended September 30. This constitutes an unprecedented mission gap and is reason for concern. Yeah. This is a national security issue that's been taken over by politics. We've politicized the military, and just like everything that gets politicized, it turns to shit. Says our country must never fall behind in providing for a strong national defense, which is why I'm proud to bring an end to the Biden administrative authoritarian COVID vaccine mandate on our servicemen and women that has weakened our military recruitment and impaired our military ranks. Yeah, here's one that basically is the cherry on top. Retired Navy SEAL, Democrats' moral decay driving down military recruitment. Ta-da, there you go. Welcome to the New World Order, boys. We saw on the community post what our military recruits look like. Let me bring it up. Here you go. And this one said, Marine Corps recruiting surges while other services struggle. And the quality of our recruits right here. And, you know, some of the comments are saying, hey, that's not fair. They're probably not going to infantry. These are going to support roles. Still, man, go back 30, 40 years. And the average build of a recruit didn't look like this. These people barely made it with waivers. I mean, how many waivers did we need 40 years ago? Hardly any. Now it's like a regular thing. Wave them on through, boys, because we got no other options. We need bodies. This, man, is the future. Sad day for America, boys. I have to make a dedicated ad read for this. I keep forgetting. Appreciate everybody who supports us. Has been buying shirts since I started mentioning the legionofmen.store. That's the web link right there. I got a bunch of shirts that I ordered for myself coming in. If you ordered in these past few days, thank you so much. It's a great help. It blows AdSense out of the water. We don't even need to get that many bought, but if we could hit our target, we don't have to depend on YouTube AdSense and literally can make unmonetizable videos all day, every day, as long as they don't kick us off the platform, which at that point wouldn't matter. But grab yours today. The fit is great. No loose sleeves. It's all 100% cotton, no synthetic BS. And we'll catch you on the next one.